And welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Catching the Curb, brought to you by the Curbstone coaches, DJ Yoakley, and the legendary Bob Camardo sits to my left. Bob, it is that time of year, man. We are in December. It's a beautiful time of year for giving and all that stuff, but you guys have given the present that just keeps on giving weekly with these unbelievable luncheons. That first off, the food's amazing.
It is.
It
really is.
The company is great. But the speakers you've been able to pull out have been even greater. And one of the biggest things we talked about last time, who was going to speak, who's been through, and what kind of, not just turnouts, but what kind of, I guess, inspiration have they been able to stir up in those meetings?
Well, since we were here last time, Dana Balish was Channel 21 sports director, spoke, and he's really good at what he does, obviously. Then we had Joel Wetzel, who's the sports editor of the Vindicator/Tribune. Then we had a real interesting one with interim YSU president Helen Lafferty and Paul McFadden. And what's interesting about that one was Dr. Lafferty is getting ready to step down now from being the interim president. So the new president, obviously there's a lot of controversy over that, which is another story for another day. But Dr. Lafferty was getting ready to go to back to Villanova, where she actually works. And so has it that we were playing Villanova in the 1AA FCS playoffs this past Saturday. So she was.
So who's she root for?
Everybody asked her that, and she goes, "I'm not. All I'm going to say is whoever wins, I win."
There you go.
No, she was really good. She was really, really good. And then yesterday we had a professional statistician for the Browns and the Guardians/Indians or whatever by the name of Tom Boshenik. He's a Struthers native, and he was really, really outstanding. He's very well spoken, told a lot of good stories, and he was a thrill to have him there.
I know one of the questions that I've received through these podcasts are, how are these these speakers chosen? Any insight into that?
Well, we have a committee which basically is me and Chuck and a couple other people. And I've been able to forge a really good relationship with most of the people down at YSU over the years. And so we get all the head coaches and Ron Strollo and so have you. But like Boshenik, Chuck knows his brother real well. So there's usually someone has an in. It's just my dad was a barber, and he always said, you get to talk to everybody, barbers and bartenders. So I kind of got that personality from him, so
love it.
I kind of just BS my way through this.
Well, we talked about who's been coming to these meetings and speaking. Who do we have coming up that you want to kind of get out there to the general public? And then obviously driving memberships, that's important too. We'll talk about that in a minute. But who's coming up?
Well, next Monday we have Curbstone Hall of Fame wrestler Don Mancini, and
that's a good one.
He's very decorated in that sport, and wrestling's not something that we talk about all that much, so it's good to have something different.
Hall of Famer himself, correct?
Yes, absolutely, just this past year. And then the week after that, we've got our own Vice President, Tom Miller, who's a world-renowned boxing judge, and he's threatening to blow the lid off the boxing world with his...
whistleblower.
Whistleblower. He goes, no stone will be left unturned, so he says... if you think boxing's fixed, you're right. So there'll be a lot of good stories coming out of that. And then obviously we take a 2-week break for Christmas and New Year's. And then January 8th, we have our Fall High School Champions Luncheon, which this year will consist of the Warren JFK golf team and a Heartland Christian distance runner whose name escapes me.
State champion,
yes.
Oh, Chuck's got it. He's on the ball.
Rebecca Geis. So she'll be there, and the Warren JFK. I used to work with the Warren JFK athletic director, so I told him, you have to have these kids. Big Al.
I love Al.
Big Al and I worked together with Trumbull County Child Support for a number of years, so I know him real well. And then we get into some, even though the snow will be flying, obviously, we get into some baseball and softball type things. January 15th, Brian Campbell, the YSU softball coach, will be here. January 22nd, Guardians broadcaster Jim Rosenhaus.
Wow.
And everybody always looks forward to his visit. He's one of the greatest guys you'll ever meet. Really special. January 29th, Dan Bertolini, the YSU baseball coach.
I know him.
He's a good dude. And then February 5th, Greg Brown, Pirates broadcaster will be coming back for his second year, and he was very well received last year.
So big thing there. My favorite announcer of all time, guy that has impacted me on several different levels, which I've told him before via the phone. But I will be there. It is also my birthday, so there is nothing better than that to be able to celebrate on my birthday and meet your favorite announcer. So
We'll get the good people at Avion to get some big cake out for you or something.
Just as long as Chuck's coming out of it, I don't care. That's the big one.
That's one way to lose people coming on.
We're gonna take a break. Well, first we want to thank people at Avion as well.
I say it all the time. Those people at Avion treat us so special. Gina and her staff are really, really good to us. The food, they had a taco bar yesterday, and I couldn't even walk out of there. I ate so much. So, I mean, they really take good care of us, and we're very happy that that's where we're at.
And real quick before we take our break and we talk to Chuck, memberships, constantly taking memberships. I know we just signed our guys up for some here at YSN. That's the way to get this whole ball rolling, is to be part of this whole Curbstone Coaches, which is so historic, and people love it so much.
Absolutely, and thank you for doing that, by the way.
Sure.
We appreciate that. But, Patty Shuley, our membership director, and I don't have her number handy with me, but I know that there's information on our website, which, again, is thecurbstonecoaches.org, and we also have a Facebook page. But it's only $25 a year. And even if you can't come to all the luncheons, with some people work and what have you, it really helps our organization if people join. And Chuck's going to talk about some of the charities that we donate to, because we're a nonprofit. We don't keep the money. And there's a lot of people that benefit from us in the charity department.
Bob Camardo, you're a legend, my friend. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thanks for having me, and happy holidays to everyone.
As Comco celebrated 70 years in 2022, we have much to be thankful for. We are proud of the Comco culture as we serve our customers with Comco Care with our premier customer service, quality parts, and on-time delivery. The partnerships we have with our customers and our community are second to none. We thank you for your continued support. We are proud to be part of this community and will continue to offer great jobs for great people.
Change. This one word can make you break out in a cold sweat. But with change comes wisdom, experience, and understanding. At Myers Family Insurance, we can help make changes in Medicare, insurance, and retirement a positive experience for you and your family. We've gone through changes, like our new office and new faces to help our family of clients too.
For all your Medicare needs,
call Myers Family Insurance. Check us out online at MyersFamilyINS.com
or find us on Facebook.
Your culinary adventure awaits at Legends Food and Drink. Experience a welcoming ambiance while you explore our appetizing menu featuring over 20 meals under $20 and over 30 lunches for $12 or less. Our private dining room seat between 10 and 20 at no additional cost. And don't forget our spacious 35-seat bar for your favorite sporting event. Book your special occasion in our elegant banquet room that seats up to 150 comfortably. Legends Food and Drink, a taste you'll remember. Market Street and Route 224 in Boardman.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. It is the second segment. And to close things out today, one of the legends of the Valley, Mr. Chuck Fizet. Chuck, appreciate you coming by. I know you're always in the background. People always make the comments about that you're sleeping. You're not ever. You're keeping us on our toes, as a matter of fact.
Well, DJ, before I get into actual Curbstone business, I wanted to dispel that rumor that I am not sleeping in the background. Usually I'm taking notes or I'm providing things that just to make it easier for you guys. But anyway, thanks for dispelling that too.
It's my honor, my pleasure. But for you, my friend, your honor, your pleasure, the red carpet is rolled out. The Curbstone coaches have announced their banquet this year, May 5th. Tickets are available. We'll talk about that in a little bit. But the honorees have been announced. Chuck, take us through them and what and why.
Yeah, DJ. First of all, one thing first is I
Sure.
want to thank Tony Montana
Absolutely.
for stopping by last week and
That was awesome.
and doing the podcast, or last month and doing the podcast. Yeah, since we met last, DJ, the nominating committee has gone through all the people that were nominated, and our 2024 class for the banquet, as you said, being held on May 5th, 2024, at Mr. Anthony's Banquet Center in Boardman. Here is the class for 2024. Sean Durkin from basketball and baseball coaching fame, Jill Harmon from softball, Ken Kimmerer from bowling, Bob Larica from basketball, Ken Linden from all sports, Bill Metzinger from baseball, Terry O'Halloran from swimming and diving, Kelly Pavlik from boxing, Brett Powell from wrestling, Ron Strollo from contribution to sports, Cheryl Weaver from softball, and Dan Yeagley from football. And obviously, I think it's going to be another great class like we had last year. Hope to have another big crowd like we have last year. And to spur that on, too, our guest speaker this year will be Gene Steratore, who you can't miss seeing every weekend. During the football season, you see him on NCAA broadcast, and you see him on all the NFL games. I think that he's CBS affiliated.
Yeah.
So you'll see him on all those games, being the guy that's trying to decide before the decision comes out as to what the call was.
And I'm sure he's going to have his fair share of stories from when he was officiating. And, of course, even as late as, this weekend with Alabama and Georgia with that completion kind of deal. And maybe he can tell us what constitutes a catch in the NFL, because I can't figure it out.
I agree with you. I can't figure out much on any NFL calls. But and DJ,
Yes, sir.
After the banquet, what we do is we take about a month or two, and our board meeting that is the immediate meeting after the board meeting, once our bills have been paid from the banquet, we determine where we place our money charity-wise and donation-wise, because we are a nonprofit organization.
Love it.
And I'd just like to list the name of the charities that we've given our money to this past year. We've given it to Astro Baseball, to Challenger Baseball, to Limitless Dance, to the Hospice of the Valley, to the Ulster Project, to United Way, to the YSU Foundation, to the Rescue Mission, to Cleveland Indians Charities, to Sight for All, and for the Pittsburgh Pirate Charities.
I love it. And there's something to that. I mean, this is that time of year that when you find some extra dollars in your wallet, you're trying to give to whatever you can and whatever you believe in. And I think that's what I love most. I love a lot of things about Curbstone Coaches and a lot of people in that organization. But the reality is you guys are always open-hearted and opening up your wallet to great charities such as this. And people don't realize that, because we're not one of those, and you're not one of those organizations that take selfies whenever you're handing out to charities that you believe in. Why is it so important to give back to those charities and continue, I guess, to extend that list?
Well, I think DJ Tom Boshenik, who was our speaker yesterday, he said it best. He's from Struthers, so obviously he's a little partial to Struthers. But he lives in Massillon now.
Yeah.
But he said, I have a complete love for Struthers,
Yeah.
and I have a complete love for Youngstown and the Mahoning Valley. And I think that's what we do at Curbstones. We try to portray that love of the valley, the love of sports, the love of the area, and try to give back in any way we can to make it better for not only sports, but as for all the charities that we just listed.
I love it. I love it, Chuck. You guys do such a phenomenal job. Again, May 5th will be the banquet. All the honorees will be obviously in attendance, we hope, fingers crossed. And naturally, there'll be opportunities to speak with them if you're there, and the whole song and dance. Tables and tickets will be available at the beginning of the year.
After the first of the year, Patty Shuley is the one to talk to about that, and I know you said you'll get her number and post the number. So.
Yeah, we'll have it. Chuck, thank you so much for stopping by. Appreciate
Thank you, DJ, and have a good holiday.
You too, brother.
Thank you very much.